That is good banter.
You, Sarge, it's all you, buddy. You're the number one man.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 40.
Woo!
The big
40,
40. Life begins at 40.
It does. I'm almost 40. I'm 39.
Life doesn't begin at 40. Your body starts falling apart at 40.
You speak about that. I reckon I've done my calf, which is a bit of a. Well, it's not great because I haven't done exercise in about 3 years, so I must have done it just climbing up a ladder or something at work.
Yeah, it can happen.
It's not good.
Don't tell anyone you've done your calf because and I've refrained from saying it, but I did my calf when I was about 39. Did it quite badly, and over 100 people would have said the old man's injury, and you're just like, oh yeah, he's like, fuck.
But isn't that? Mate. Do you reckon it's a bit disrespectful to old men, like because you think of like an 85-year-old bloke who's. Imagine like an 85-year-old grandpa who's like someone's 30. Oh, it's the old man's injury, and then he starts going, "Oh, I've just had my bladder taken out. I've had bowel cancer.
He'd probably be wrapped to do his calf.
I've survived melanoma, but fuck, I tell you what, that was nothing compared to the calf I did when I was 39.
The calf twinge. Yeah. No, it's a good point.
So,
it's a good point, Evan.
Like
that?
Really
good point.
Great point there.
So so life doesn't begin at 40.
You're fucked.
Definitely changed at 40, but enough about that.
Yeah.
Some big news.
Huge.
Big news.
It's massive.
If anyone's been following this podcast, you must have been, or even if you haven't, you would have been living under a rock not to know the what's been happening with Evans, the lead up to poor old Evans' wedding, and
it's never going to happen.
It is with a heavy heart that we need to announce that for the second time in as many years.
No more bets.
No, the wedding has been called off.
Called off again.
Heartbreaking stuff. You hear these stories.
You do.
And you think, oh, well, you think they're, imagine that.
Well, I'm not
you.
imagining it.
It's you.
Me. It's me. And I know there are a lot of people going through worse shit. It's just a wedding in the end, but I guess...
What is worse? I don't think there is.
No. Actually, this is the worst that has ever happened to anyone in the history of the world. I mean, stuff the 85-year-old bloke with a bloody bowel cancer, with melanoma, and people doing their calves.
And the calf.
I've done my calf. I've had to cancel my bloody wedding for the second time. 10 years. It's been 10 years since I met my future fiancée. She's gone through medical school. She's 5 years out as a doctor, and I don't know if it's ever going to happen, Tom. I don't know. Should I give up?
You definitely shouldn't give up,
okay,
but I don't
right,
think you can wait because the gap between the first attempt, and the second attempt was 12 months.
1 year.
You can't wait another 12 months.
You
can't wait another 12 months.
As I said, I'm no spring chicken, Tom. Your life ends at 40. I'm 40 in March.
Your calves will be too fucked to walk down the aisle.
My calves. I'm going to have to
not
get
that the
wheeled.
guy walks down the aisle. I guess you've got to get to the end somehow.
I've got to get, wheeled in a wheelchair. It's going to get to a point where our flower girls are going to be 21. Like, fuck, the Page boys, at uni. It's just ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Like, people are going to start dropping off the perch, mate.
And some of these businesses, because that's why you can't, because, common sense says, well, just fucking have it in Melbourne, guys.
Do it in Melbourne.
Yeah,
fucking,
just
but Melbourne
and the
has
reason
given us
can't,
so much in the last 18 months. Why wouldn't you, stay
but
in
that's
Melbourne?
the deposits why you can't.
It's the deposits, mate.
It's the deposits.
It's the deposits like a bank. The
The
deposits.
dirty, stinking deposits.
And it's almost like you don't want, like if we just do that, COVID wins. You don't want COVID to win.
Oh, COVID's won.
No, well, it's winning at the moment, mate. It's neck and neck. It's neck and neck.
It's a long way from
winning
neck and
in New South Wales. It is well and truly fuck New South Wales.
By the head of the length of the track. And it seems to, no offence, but if you think you and Kristen are head to head with this COVID, I think it's got you by a long shot at the moment. But
we're coming off a long way back.
Yeah, you'll be right. Mate. You've just got to get that. You're going to lock in another date. What are we thinking this year?
Well, we were thinking that. So this is the other conundrum. Like a lot of people, it's not like my job where, well, non-existent technically my job. I'm just a fucking shitty labourer at a cladding company, which is a great cladding company, but I'm the shitty labourer.
So the positive of that, fair bit of flexibility.
Fair bit of flexibility.
Yep.
I haven't done a gig in about 35 years.
So
So,
good flexibility
there.
Yep.
I'm
No need to
free as a
cancel anything.
bird.
Yep.
But as a doctor,
A few more commitments.
a few more commitments, and it's not like
People relying on you.
Tom. You work here at Sandalford. You can just go, hey boys, I'm ducking out. I'm going to do a gig.
I got 3 kids.
You got 3 kids. That's a commitment, and that's
a fair commitment.
That's a big commitment. As a doctor, though, you can't pick your holidays. You put in. It's like a ballot. It's like the NBA ballot or something. You put your
Like the grand final ballot.
the grand final ballot.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. That is a great
Metaphor.
analogy.
Analogy.
Just same thing, I think.
Is
same
it?
thing. I don't know.
Metaphor.
I don't know. In fact, and we've got some fuck checks that we need.
Have we?
Yeah, D's.
Good.
D's been busy.
Love
Big
those.
D. So at the start of the year, she's got to put in for her holiday. So she put in for August. And, you could say, I'm getting married in August. Give me the time off. But it doesn't work like that. You've got a whole system. There's a whole hierarchy. You've got to go to the top. I don't know who's at the top of the hierarchy, but some fucking Johnny Pencil pusher up in some office there going, Kristen Scott. Who the fuck is Dr. Kristen Scott? We don't care. She's just a number. So she ended up getting the August off.
As rough as that is, it's
Yeah.
probably, in the hospital's defence, you can't have everyone taking their holidays because she's at the children's hospital, and you can't have all the kids just fending them for themselves for 6 months. You need doctors there.
You do.
To keep the place
It's a
ticking
big
along.
hospital. It's not like the Claddon Company where you go, old fucking Johnny Evo, the shitty labourer. Like if he's not there for a day, no one will even fucking know.
We'll ring someone else.
Nothing really changes.
Yeah.
If I'm not there,
Yeah.
it's like, thank God
But
this fuckhead's not here.
You do need doctors and nurses at a hospital.
You do, but you
to look
think
after
there
the
would
kids.
be some flexibility. You think, giving them a year's notice, they'd be able to work the numbers. And, someone's getting paid big bucks to try and balance the work rosters.
Yep.
And they seem to fuck it up. So she put in for August.
They might have the guy doing the finances down at Collingwood looking after the guy that fucked up that. We lost Stevenson and all that crew.
The list manager.
Maybe he's gone over to the children's hospital.
Maybe he has. He's working for Monash or whoever she's employed by, because she's actually at Monash Hospital now.
Oh, okay.
So she goes all over the joint. But,
it's tough. It's
it's so tough. So
a lot of moving parts.
that's right.
As they'd say.
Yes, she said she's got a week off in September. She said we could slot it in September. But here's the problem. Old, Evo here, he's meant to be going on a mining tour. And that's not me, like, getting fucking gold out of the ground. That's me doing gigs over in the mines.
Or a tour of young children.
Yes, yeah. Well, that works well because Kristen's in the Royal Children. So
you're both looking after children.
we're both looking after children, mate. We're both looking after miners. So, but the thing is there, like, because that's up in the air because the West Australian border, like the Premier, he shuts the border when anyone fucking farts. He's
Someone
like,
gets Victorian
he's
gets
like,
a
fucking don't. No, he's done a fucking.
yeah. Victorian gets
He's dropped his guts,
Gets
don't
a
let
case
him in.
of herpes. He'll shut the border
That's
down.
it, mate.
He's
The chlamydia with the koalas or whatever.
He's a madman.
Yeah, so the only people that can get into WA at the moment are Tassie and Northern Territory.
Okay.
And I don't live there.
No, that's a good point.
So I'm
That's
in a bit
good
of
point.
trouble.
But you can get to Northern Territory.
Yes, and that's
Can you get to Tassie?
Yeah. Melbourne open. See, this was the thing. We had a bit of hope last week.
Bit of Mo Hope.
A bit of Mo Hope, a bit of Mo Hope, a bit of No Hope. Mo Hope went to No Hope because we thought they opened the borders to Northern Territory. They said, all right, down in Melbourne, you can go out, lockdown's lifted, still you can't go to anyone's house. But you know what you can do? You can get on a plane, you can go to Northern Territory, you can, get up there, you can, wrestle a crocodile, you can do whatever you want there. You can go to Tassie. So I thought, maybe Queensland, they need the tourism dollar.
Yeah, that was the hope.
They need the dollar, and no, they came out on Thursday. I think our hearts just got shattered, and they said, no, you can't come in, and that's when we made the call.
Made the tough
Done.
call, sent the text out, and look, I think we all knew it was coming for a little bit.
We
And
did.
it's as hard as it is. It sucks, but mate, tell you what, it's if a build up is worth anything, fuck it. It's going to be a good wedding because it has been a big build up.
It's going to be a big drink. I'll give you the tip.
It's
but
going to be good times.
Yeah, you talk about.
There might not be anyone there.
No,
but it will
no one will be. Everyone will be too fucking old.
Yeah.
No one will be able to. Yeah. So so we're shattered, and you still have little hope. And I don't think people in Queensland, definitely far north Queensland, I don't think they get where we are in Melbourne, like what we've had to deal with. Even the muso, Dave Cook, I said to him, it looks like we're not going to be able to get in to Queensland. I think the wedding's going to be off. He goes, oh, that's no good. And are you in lockdown? I said, yeah, we're in lockdown. He goes, oh, but once it's lifted, you'll be able to get in. I said, mate, we can't go I can't go 5 kilometres. He goes, Jesus, really? Can't go for it. So they got no idea.
Oh, people got no idea.
They got no idea.
I might have mentioned this about a mate of mine who's an area manager in Melbourne for a company, a liquor company.
Yes.
That for
Busy.
That supplies to pubs and so forth. So he sort of looks after the reps in that area.
Yep.
And head office is in Sydney. And they were ringing him through our first lockdown, getting into him and saying,
you're not selling.
Mate,
you're not moving enough product.
We're down 85%. And he's like,
I can't get out of me fucking
have
lounge room.
you guys lost your
dickhead.
fucking mind? Your minds? Like, they had no idea what was going on.
No idea.
Yeah, it's funny, but I feel like we're aware of what's going on in Sydney. Are we more caring down here?
I think we are. Maybe us Melburnians, because we've been through it. It's like war, mate. We've
Yeah,
been through war.
true.
You know, we've done the hard yards. So it's off, and we're done. We're cooked. Kristen's she's got a month off now. So we've booked, yesterday we said, fuck this. Let's get out of Melbourne. We booked flights to Darwin.
Ah, beautiful.
Let's get out, mate. Let's do it.
It's beautiful up there. You'll have a great time.
Yeah, it'll be
You'll have
good,
a great
mate.
time.
Get some sun.
It's a bit rough up there, but you'll
mate, it's perfect. I
get
fit
some
right in
sun.
there, mate.
Jeez, I got some 3rd degrees burns last time I was up there. I think we have spoken about that.
Yeah,
haven't we?
that
But
was a game you played at Pint.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
and I was in pretty bad nick actually after that. But
Well, you get a bit cocky, don't you? You think, oh yeah, you get the pasty, skin out. You think I'm going to be all right. How hot can this sun be? Then all of a sudden you're
It's
fucking
extreme.
scraping
It's
blisters off your ass.
it's something else. But anyway, so
what's going on with you, mate?
what is going on? I did a gig last night, which was
Nice.
awesome to be getting out. But something happened. Something happened the other day.
Talk to me.
All right, so this is you talk about moments in your life where it's time to step up to the plate.
Weddings one. Kids. Your first route. Is it something?
Yeah,
Come on, boys. Don't disappoint me.
Where you find yourself and you that moment comes and you're like, this is it. This is
Someone's
the
drowning.
moment.
You got to.
This is the moment. Well, it
Get 'em out of a rip.
happened to me recently, or just last week. So we've got a Facebook area, East Bentley, like a locals Facebook
there's
page,
a few of
right?
those.
There's a few
and you
area.
do find a lot of that is just people fucking whinging about, the council, they're booking us for parking here.
I don't want to be. I don't want to come across as sexist. Hope this doesn't come across as sexist, but he's a rather high percentage of females.
Yes.
Maybe young mums.
Yes. Yep.
Yep. At home.
Okay. Nothing to do.
I'm certainly not saying nothing to do.
Okay, sorry.
Certainly
Sorry, that
not
was
saying,
bad.
Like, got a
That was
lot
bad.
to do.
Sorry, that's my fault.
Got a lot to do, but maybe a bit of time to think.
A lot of thinking time.
They
get
thinking,
thinking
yeah,
music.
And anyway, so hope they didn't come across the wrong way. The mum's
Sorry,
doing an amazing
I apologise
job
as well.
So what's happened? And you get on there and you look. It's almost entertaining.
Yes.
Like someone will jump on there and they'll go, "Oh, we've got some footage of a guy." Because everyone's got the fucking cameras now.
Yes,
and they'll actually put footage up there, and they'll go, "Oh, anyone recognise this guy, fiddling around with our mailbox at 8:30 this morning?"
That's the postie.
You
You fucking idiot.
That's the postie. Yeah, you might see a bit of a pattern. He's there at 8:30 every day.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, "Oh, I think they might be gang members, 7 of them, all wearing the same thing, walking down, wearing big bags, and you're like, oh, they're school kids.
They're school kids.
And shit like that. Like
They're 6.
And like anything. They're just fucking, they're on edge, these ladies.
Everyone, do you reckon it's maybe crime shows? Everyone thinks they're a detective now.
Yeah,
do you reckon
exactly.
You reckon it is? They watch these true crime shows and think maybe I can solve a crime, or maybe I can, put some innocent person in shit for doing nothing.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But anyways, there was a post last week very close to home.
Oh,
in the street.
Oh,
and it was. I think we've had
okay.
I think we've had an attempted break-in.
No, attempted. They didn't get in. So they're a
they
shit
didn't
burglar.
Get in. Shit burglar, or maybe no one tried to get into their house.
No,
I'm not saying either way. I've got no idea. I have absolutely no idea. But anyway, and my wife. We've always laughed at these posts, but I think this one, because it was so close, might have got her thinking a bit. And
that's our street.
And we have got a security system, but obviously it's not on when we're at home. Because you set it off every time you moved.
You, mate.
Yeah,
you're the security.
Anyway, so maybe it's in her mind. Anyway, Tuesday. I don't know what it was. So we'll say Wednesday night for argument's sake.
It's a good night.
In bed.
Hump day.
Sound asleep, 3 a.m., get the tap on the shoulder.
Tom, how about it? Quick one?
No.
Okay.
It's my wife said there's someone in the house.
Well, it's probably the 3 kids. You've got 3 kids.
Yeah, it's not them.
Okay.
It's not them. They're asleep. It's not one of us. She wouldn't have been saying that because that's every night.
That.
Yep. So that's the tap on your shoulder. You think that there's someone in our house. 5 of the worst words you'll ever hear.
Bad words. And we spoke about this a few episodes ago about sleeping closest to the window.
Oh, yeah.
And you spoke about your little Louisville Slugger that you had. And you think, I'm never going to have to use that.
But it's there. And I was like, are you serious? And she said, I heard someone open the security door.
Yeah.
And the front door.
Who left the fucking
There's
door
someone
open?
in the house.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, well, this is it.
Heart sinks.
Heart sinks.
You almost go a bit numb.
Oh, you do.
With something like that.
And I've always thought if that situation actually ever happened, I think I might be a chance of just like actually physically shitting my pants and just sort of.
If you listen to the podcast, it doesn't take you much to shit your pants.
And just absolutely falling apart at the seams. And the criminal could just walk in, take what he wanted.
Take everything.
Well, I just sort of fucking laid there. And he wouldn't even have to do anything to me. I'd just be sort of just laying there with shit in my pants. But I've always wondered, I hope that's not the case. But you never know.
Tom.
You never know what you're going to do
until
you're in the situation.
Yes. Yep.
So, surprisingly, obviously my sphincter tightened, got a lot of fucking butterflies.
That's good.
And I said, well, first reaction, I'll get the Louisville Slugger. Because I'm not a very good fighter.
Well, I think you just never know what people, if they're breaking into your house.
Well, they're ready to go.
They're ready to go. They got more than just their fists. They're coming in with maybe a knife, maybe a bottle. Maybe,
I wasn't even thinking that.
Don't know what they've got, mate.
So anyway, and me fingers fucks, so I can't.
Just the fattest finger. That is, mate. This could be a Daniel chick. You're gonna have to cut that thing off.
Yeah, and we'll get to that later because I've got 6 games left in my career, and we're sitting third.
Oh.
This is in my entire career. This is the biggest chance I've ever had. I've only ever won one final.
That's not
in
good.
Over 300 games of footy.
That's not great.
And there's one thing getting him, or there's 2 things. The opposition for starters.
The opposition, COVID,
and another thing getting in my way of premiership glory is this fucking finger. It's got to be broken. It is. I can't bend it.
It's like a fucking when you blow up a water balloon.
It seems to be getting progressively worse. But anyway, we'll get to. So if I was to go in a fight, I would rate myself a 3% chance of winning the fight.
I'd go 2
when I had 2 hands.
Yes.
And now I've only got 1 hand. So
that's right.
I would say I am no chance of winning a fight with an intruder.
No
chance.
So even a child, you'd struggle
with anyone.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I've grabbed the Louisville Slugger and
run us through.
Oh no, I did grab the Louisville Slugger.
Yeah,
I went to grab the Louisville Slugger, and I said, and it's fucking gone.
The fucking Slugger.
I
Someone's taken the Slugger.
So we're whispering. I said, "Where's the Louisville Slugger?" And she said, "It's in the cupboard." So I've gone to Louisville Slugger.
Move your porno
So
mags.
Louisville
Is it
Slugger,
under
it's
me
just
porno mags?
it's just a baseball bat, and it's not a full length baseball bat, but if you
Is it
donk
like a softball bat? T-ball?
No, it's a mini baseball bat.
Okay, nice.
But it is, if you donk someone on the head, if you just went donk, open you'd knock them out. It is hard as a rock.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, my 3% chance of victory.
It's going up to 3.5.
It's up into double figures.
Okay, all right.
And
Back
then
in
so what do
yourself.
you do? So we're upstairs. The intruder's downstairs.
And so my first question would be, running through my head, do I want to see them? Because I wouldn't, you know your house. You know your house.
Good point.
Do you turn the light on? Do you turn it off? Are you going by phone? Do you pull out your night vision goggles?
Do you call the police?
Do you call the police?
Do you?
That's the other one.
Do you go to them or wait for them to come to you? Because I know the family's upstairs.
Yes.
So should we just be content that we've got the family
Yes.
upstairs?
Yep.
They're the most important people.
You don't want to. You don't want to wake the boys. You don't want to startle them.
I didn't think of any of this. We just went at them. So we're upstairs. So
what are you wearing?
I've said
What do you wear to bed? Are you a jock man? I'm going
I
free
had
ball.
I had jocks
Yes.
and a t-shirt.
Oh yeah, perfect. Like nothing more intimidating than a 44-year-old bloke come down with a fuck finger, half a munger,
half a boner,
half a boner,
and
saying, "I'll show you my Louisville Slugger."
Yeah. And, so we're going down, and I said to Tam, "You go first. You be a decoy." He'll hit you, and Wally's because it's just human nature. You hit someone, you watch him go down. And I thought, Wally's watching her go down.
That's it.
That's when I step
You hit
up.
someone.
No,
and
that's
you
not
look,
true.
You look at your own work. You go,
That's not true. That's not true. So, all right, I said, let's go. So I've got it raised. So I figured someone. Oh, and we had our little torches.
Yes.
Come to think about it, we went all the wrong way.
And how long is this? Is this like spur of the moment, or are you explaining it as long as you are now?
It took a little bit to get down.
Although I wasn't there interrupting you every
you
2
weren't
seconds.
interrupting. You weren't going, is that the right thing to be doing, Tommy?
Think about this, mate. You've got half a munger.
So I guess in hindsight, in a pitch dark house, us coming down with a shitty little torch on our phone was stupid because they knew exactly where we were.
Oh, there he is.
And we couldn't really see them. So that was
That's
dumb as
right.
dog shit. But anyway, so we've come down.
Were your senses heightened? Were you like all of a sudden your ears pricked up like a dog? You could hear sounds that humans couldn't hear?
No. I was
I heard that.
Yeah, I guess you were here. You know how houses move. You just hear a little just of moving timber or someone.
It's windy. It was windy last week.
Yeah, not this night.
Okay,
It wasn't
all
too bad. So we've gone down, and my goal was I'm going to look like I'm going to hit him in the head with the bat.
Yes.
And then at the last second, because his hands would naturally go up to protect his face, assuming it's a he.
Yeah, could be anyone.
And then I would, at the last minute, change the direction of the bat.
Lovely.
And wipe the fucker's knees out.
Yes.
That's the and then once he went down, it was just game on. I'd pulverise him. And then if there was no plan if there were two of them.
We don't think about that.
You
don't plan for two. You can't plan for two. You can't plan for four. You just got to think there's one person in there going rogue.
I think most would travel in twos. Would you think?
I don't know. Like, is it one of those?
One of the things you do with mates.
Maybe it is. It's like
then you got to split the loot.
You do, and then they've got to work out who goes in first. Maybe if they're breaking into someone's house, they go, "I went in first last time. You got to go first this time."
I would think you'd do it with someone else.
Okay,
I wouldn't mind seeing statistics
thing
on that. Maybe fuck checker.
Yep.
What percentage of home invaders invade solo or with two or potentially even three?
Yeah.
So stay
Big D,
tuned, episode
Big D.
41.
We've got
Hopefully
some,
we can get that back to you. But so I've gone down.
Yes.
And with this plan, down the stairs, you do that. You go around the corner, and then I thought, fuck it, and I flicked the kitchen living area light on.
Bang.
No one there. And then I flicked the other light on, and the door that Tam said had been opened, unless this guy was very polite and closed both doors behind him.
Yeah, no. You'd like a polite intruder.
Yeah, but look, I'll cut to the chase.
We're yelling out.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on?
Hey, anyone down there? Anyone? And I wouldn't say it was a voice
it's just me, Tom.
that was putting the fear of God in anyone. It was anyone down there?
Your voice is like your voice is breaking.
Anybody down there?
Is anyone?
So long story short, cut to the chase. There was no chase. There was no one in the house.
Okay.
And I said, "Are you sure you heard something?" We looked under the stairs, and it became quite clear that
No one was in there.
She must have heard, or maybe dreamt it.
You can dream stuff like that sometimes,
especially when it's on your mind.
Yeah.
So look, I'm not saying there wasn't a home invader. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying if they did. They came with the intention just to walk around and not take anything and leave.
Maybe
and
it's
close
just
the
cold
doors
outside.
behind them. Yeah,
your house was warm.
Yeah, they just came to sit in the living room for a bit.
Sit in the living room
and leave without causing any trouble to us at all. So
no, maybe they were just scoping the joint out.
Oh yeah, I think. But while you're in there, you may as well take shit.
Yeah, I guess that's what, well. That's
you normally scope from the outside.
You do. You sort of watch
my limited knowledge of home invasions.
Yeah, but mate, I think that's great. You stood up. Did you feel like going to work that next day? How was everyone in the morning? Was Tam? Was she like Tom, you're such a man. This is why I married you. Or
I wouldn't say. Look, I didn't go into a ball and cry.
That's good. You didn't shit your pants.
But I wasn't. I don't think I was anything that she'd be overly impressed.
Yeah, it wasn't like fucking Rambo.
I wasn't like, you stay there. Okay. I was like,
it was almost like,
let's go down together.
Yeah. Let's, we're a couple on our marriage day.
All
it was better for worse.
Yeah. And she probably had to convince me to go down. Out of 10, I would give myself a 5.
That's pass.
But I tell you what it was. I only just thought of this then. What it was a good fucking training drill. It was like when you do a fire drill at work.
Yes.
And I honestly think this. I will be better for it.
Oh, well.
We have a bit of a plan now.
It's almost like the Army or the SAS when they go in and do these training drills. Like, you've done one now. I reckon you should probably do another one tonight just to, where's the Louisville Slugger now?
Yeah.
You got to get that shit. Tom, you need to just be able to reach up, grab the Louisville Slugger, maybe have some pants ready to go beside the bed.
Yep.
You can't be going down there in half a mung in your jocks. And
so that's out of my control. You never know when it's coming. You can't just never get a boner again for the fear they might get a home invader.
I mean, home invaders don't usually, hey, excuse me, has anyone got a boner in here? All right, you do? I'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah. But fair comparison, so me and the SAS. What would I do differently?
Yeah, what would you do differently apart from question your wife?
I think we will now. It started a discussion. And it's good to have discussions. So
open discussion.
Like
working through
things
the issues.
Like and I'll say things like, Tam, maybe can you tell me next time you put the Louisville Slugger in the cupboard?
Good call.
And she could say things like, Tom, can you not be such a soft cop next time we get a home invader? And I'll take that on board.
Open discussion.
We'll both take these things on board.
Maybe you could, on the back of the toilet, you could say like, believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Don't be such a pussy. You're 44. You've got a family. Man up.
Yeah.
You can put a bit of that stuff around the house just to remind yourself.
You're right.
Or maybe you could maybe this is where you got to have a chat to Noah and say you are the man of the house, mate.
Yeah, maybe it's Noah's
pile
turn.
of shit.
I mean, he's 8.
He's 8, mate. He should have his own Louisville Slugger, mate. Give him the Slugger. We could just maybe come out throwing Flynn, like a Louisville Slugger. I reckon Flynn and Harry. I've seen them running around at your joint. They'd take out a fucking intruder.
And maybe we send them.
Could it be like Home Alone, where they're just rolling marbles down the fucking...
And you watch horror movies, maybe this is a plan.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched a horror movie and there's something about fucking kids walking at night by themselves.
They're fucking scary.
They're terrifying.
Yeah.
So maybe we just send a little... Next time there's a home invader...
Put him a hoodie on or something.
Or just send him in and just walk and get him to say something like...
I can see
dead people.
Yes. maybe on your iTunes account, get like some horror music, like like scary piano. But then the intruder might go, fuck, I think I'm bitten off more than I can chew here.
Yeah,
this joint's haunted.
We might not need the Louisville Slugger.
You don't need it, mate.
Yep. Okay, that's the plan. From now on, we send the kids in. Or just send the youngest kid in, and happy days.
Could you maybe get some speakers in the roof or something, and then you could just get a little PA system going, I can see you, fuckhead. Or something like that.
Is that as well as the kid, or is that a
as
separate
well as
plan?
the kid, mate. Yeah, you're not saying that to the kid. You're saying that to the intruder.
Yeah, I reckon
mate.
one or the other, the speakers or the kid.
Yeah, I reckon the kid.
Yeah,
maybe,
send the kid
maybe
in.
let us know on the good banter, really good banter at Gmail.
Quickly powder him up, maybe get a bit of face powder, make him look really ghostly.
Yeah, ghostly. Like, fuck, this guy's actually... Is
bit
there any
dark
way
rings
you
around
could
the eyes.
maybe rig up so he sort of floats through
So
the
he
air?
hovers in.
So, like, maybe you could set up a little, like, little string line or something and just float him through the room.
Good plan. Good plan. Good plan.
I'm liking it.
Yep,
So,
things are turning out.
No,
So
well done, mate.
Yeah, so we've had a practice run. There was no home invader, or if there was, they left at their own accord.
No, good on 'em.
And shut up everything behind them. And I'm feeling better now than I would have beforehand about how I would perform in a home invasion situation.
That's good. Well, we'll run it through again. And did Tammy shit in shit can you on the East Bentley, the Facebook, or maybe, sorry, that's not where he lives, on the Facebook group? She wasn't shit can you about our...
No, she kept that off.
Said you're a brave guy.
Because at the end of the day, she was the one that obviously heard nothing.
So
she was
silly.
probably keeping that on the down low.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy stuff. But, geez, I tell you what, gets the old heart rate going.
Oh, it does, mate. It's like up and down.
Potential home invasion.
Yeah, and the numbness, and you're like, yeah, as you said, it's like really, this is happening. This is what is going on. So, Well, good, mate, that's great. That's great.
No, good times. It's the world we live in.
Should I go to a bit of fuck checking here, mate?
Yeah. How long have we been? And I know we try not to talk about the time.
Yeah, no, we're on 30 here, mate. So we've got
30,
time to
bit of
sort
time
of
for
get
fuck
through.
checking.
And on episode 39, we obviously did the number thing. We said, Heath Hocking, 126 games, and we thought he was the most famous 39. Well,
Heath Shaw's 39.
Heath Shaw's 30. Heath Grundy. But that's a lot of Heaths. Heath Shaw's good, but we forgot. I've been bombarded with text messages of people in the street going, "Oi, fuckhead, 39. No one cares about Heath Hocking. You know who they care about?
Who?
The Wiz.
Kappa.
Warwick Kappa, your beauty.
Tell you a funny little story
Taking a
about
few
I'll
Kappas.
tell a funny little story about
Tell
the
a
Wiz.
story. Love the Wiz.
So, grand final eve, or
Yes.
the week before the grand final, one of the busiest weeks for gigs.
It is busy.
Every
Not
footy
last year.
club, that was a bit of a quiet
Could be
one.
fucked this year as well.
Yeah, probably will be fucked this year. But in the past, it's been a lot of punters clubs, a lot of footy clubs, so forth will have a function in the lead up to the grand final. Anyway, one year it was me doing a bit of stand up and emceeing this function. Warwick Kappa was the guest speaker, and he got up and he
lacks confidence. The old Wiz,
really
doesn't he?
lacks confidence. And he got up there and he did his thing, and look, it's pretty hit or miss. I've seen him kill.
Probably depends what sort of state he's in, what sort of mindset he's in. Where if Wiz is on the planet that day, or if he's in Wizardland or wherever the fuck he fucks off to.
Could be all over the shop. But anyway, at this time he wasn't too bad. I would have given him a 7 out of 10. It was I thought he was great. He was getting some laughs.
And so he's one of the guys, because you see some guys that they've got their story, they've got it word for word, they know how it goes. Wiz doesn't seem like a bloke who'd be there going, okay, I'm going to hit this bit, I'm going to hit that bit. He looks like he might see a fucking ant on the roof and start going off.
You could see him 100 times. You'd see 100 different performances.
Perfect.
The one thing he does he gets someone off the crowd and out of the crowd and does an impression of his mark over Chris Langford.
Oh, that was big. And he talks about, I was getting calls from air control, so I was too high. You get out of the space and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He jumped up at your suburban footballer show.
Yeah, I've met him a few times.
Yeah.
Great bloke.
Great
He's
bloke. Nice teeth.
nice teeth. He's full of beans. I'll give him that.
Sure, he's full of other shit.
Yeah. So this So, and he actually finished, which I hadn't seen before. He finished, and I don't know whether it was because it was a men's group, but he said, "Look, life's going great at the moment. I've had a bit of a crazy past. I've been on the drugs," and he quite openly talked about the drugs.
Yes.
And he said, "I'm off it. I've never felt better. Life's going great.
I'm going to church 3 times a week.
And everyone was like,
running the food bank.
that's and everyone probably had their opinion of him before,
Yeah.
but I thought, you know what? He's just a guy trying to do his best,
Yep.
make a living. He's made mistakes.
Yep.
We all have.
He's adopted a kid now. He sponsors
With,
a child.
And his nice little touch at the end with his talk about drugs, and now he's off them. Fantastic. Got a round of applause.
Great.
Fantastic. 10 minutes later, he was in the line in the dunnies doing lines.
He's racking up in the dunnies. Goes, all right.
So
a
he's,
lot can happen in 10 minutes.
so
I've had a bit of a relapse.
He's obviously
Things were
had a
going well,
relapse,
but
so he might have been talking a bit of shit on stage to get everyone on side. But
yeah.
But and to sell a bit of his merch because
Yeah.
he always sells his merch.
What merch has he got?
Oh, just little pictures of him signed, always taking a big specky.
Yeah,
But
great.
But that's vintage WC Warwick Kappa. He's something else. He's like no human being on the planet.
Have you watched his open mic?
Yeah,
and
and then
that was unbelievable. I
and
loved
Mike
it.
was just saying, can you just be yourself? And he just couldn't even be himself. Well, maybe that was himself.
That
but
was, yeah.
So he's always on.
Yes. Yeah, that's
but,
right. That's
yeah,
right.
I've the times I've met him, he's been good to me. He's always been good to me.
No, that's good. So, yeah, there you go. That's the Wiz, so 39. And here we go. So these are if you do listen to the pod, we've got a resident fact checker, Big D, who always comes to the party, and he's been busy.
Well, he's got one to do this week with that home invasion.
Well, home invasions, yeah. Okay, so Big D, what is the percentage of people who home invade solo and people who do it in gangs? But here we go. So he's been all over this shit. Okay, so here we go. Now, first of all, he's helping me out with me hemorrhoid. Because
Good.
we worked out, how do you get a hemorrhoid? Is it your diet? Is it lack of exercise? Is it because you got a small penis?
Well, a better question would have been how you get rid of a fucking hemorrhoid. wouldn't
Well, I've got the
it?
anusole.
Getting a hemorrhoid doesn't seem to be a problem for you.
No.
You got that
I
covered.
wouldn't mind. It's always good to know the cause.
Oh, so don't
if
do it
it's,
again.
If it's
True.
from masturbating
Yeah.
7 times a day, I'll
back
cut
to
down to
5.
6.
Yeah.
So here we go. What is the most common cause of hemorrhoids? It's a very good question.
Great question, fuck
Yeah.
checker.
The most common cause of hemorrhoids is repeated straining
That's
while
what I said.
while having a bowel movement. Tom,
That's what I said.
you don't know daylight savings, but you know how come I've got a bloody hemorrhoid?
I don't know
hanging-
how I've
hanging
never
off
had
my
a
ass.
hemorrhoid because I nearly give myself a fucking brain hemorrhagism. Aneurysm?
Aneurysm.
Sometimes
a brain
I've got to,
hemorrhage. Hemorrhage.
Could you give it, or maybe pop an artery in my eye or something?
You can
Whenever
do that with a vein.
sometimes I have to squeeze so hard.
What's happening is your sphincter tighten up, or you're just doing bigger poos.
Just big rock hard
big,
poos.
big rock
Louisville Sluggers.
Big Louis popping out a Louisville Slugger. This is often caused by several cases of constipation or diarrhea.
It wouldn't be from diarrhea.
No, well maybe if you're doing diarrhea 7 times a day, that's not natural.
But you're not pushing. It's just
falling out. It's like the the snapper issues. You got the snapper issues. Now straining gets in the way of blood flow into and out of the area. The results in the pooling of blood and enlargement of the vessels in that area. So if you're eating your dinner, I hope you enjoyed that little.
Maybe
Maybe vomit it back out. So there we go. That's how I got it. Now we're gonna go to.
Has he got how to get rid of it?
Anusole. Yeah,
Oh.
I know that. I've just got to start using it
Okay,
again.
yeah.
I've been a bit slack. Now, here we go. Now, you got all, in episode 38, you got all over the joint trying to explain daylight savings.
Okay, I think we know. I just think we had trouble
Explaining.
expressing
Yeah,
ourselves.
if that was a TED Talk, everyone would be looking at us like, this guy does. These guys don't know
It was
anything.
a shit show.
So here we go. So daylight saving, just here it is the practice of advancing the clocks 1 hour during the warmer months of the year.
Oh, we all know this.
We knew this, but this is where you got in real trouble. It ends at 2 a.m., which is 3 a.m. daylight saving time on the first Sunday in April when the clocks are put back an hour. So April
All right,
is
so
back
my
in
issue would have been, and look, it was 20. In my defence, it was 20 odd years ago. But
Well,
so and I did get that right. The swinging arms, carrier's arms, shut at 3,
Yes.
and at 2 o'clock it would have become 3.
Yes.
So we would have shut at 2 instead of 3.
Yes.
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 So
yes.
Yep.
Yep.
So that
we're
was
going with
where
that.
the issue
Okay.
lies.
Here we
Yeah.
go. In Australia, daylight saving moves the clock forward 1 hour in the summer, back 1 hour when returning to standard time in autumn. This doesn't add daylight because some people think that, don't they?
Oh, the old
They think,
curtains
oh,
theory, yeah.
yeah, we get more daylight. Well, no, you're not. This doesn't add daylight, but instead provides us with more usable hours of daylight. It prevents us from wasting too many hours with natural sun and from working when it's dark.
Good call, fuck checkup. I think
we have got another one because we asked about your old sponsor Trent the koala.
Remember
old Trennis?
Yeah, I remember Trent.
Which
was a made-up name.
Made up name. His name wasn't Trent. He's well, it doesn't matter now because he's not with us. But
He's gone to
we asked, what's the life expectancy of a koala? Because we got no idea.
Can I have a guess?
Yeah, you've just looked at the screen.
No,
there,
I didn't see it.
Okay.
22.
Oh, 20. That's a lot, but some of them do look pretty weathered. Yep. Koalas, their noses are all roughed up. And you reckon more?
No, hang on
It's
a
sort
second.
of like
a toy poodle Shih Tzu is 13.
Yeah, but
So
they're not really related to koalas.
No, but they sort of look similar. But I'm just saying, I don't think it'd be twice of a dog.
Well, you never know.
Although a crocodile's like 100, isn't it?
Yeah, crocodiles, they last a long time.
Koalas aren't anything like a crocodile.
Nah, they're pretty
Very
lazy,
different.
old koalas.
I'm going with 18.
Hey, well, that's not bad. On average, koalas live for 10 to 12 years of age in the wild.
No, it's nowhere near it. So they're the same as a toy poodle Shih Tzu.
So, yeah, they're probably worse than a dog, actually. They sit around in trees eating eucalyptus leaves all day, and they're fucking only lasting. You could get out, do some exercise, for God's sake, you koala. Start running from the fires again instead of just sitting in a tree going, oh, I can't move.
They're dying of obesity. That's their problem.
They are. They've got diabetes and heart disease. But although females can continue to breed into their teens, there's a few teens around some areas of Melbourne who are breeding it, whatever, and may live as long as 18 years. Males are thought to have a slightly shorter lifespan.
Like the humans.
Like the humans, because the males are out there. Well, they're not doing anything. So,
no. So,
there we go. So, Big D, thanks
thank
for that,
you, Big
mate.
D.
That was a bloody ripper. That's cleared up some big issues.
Oh, yeah.
On the Good Banter podcast.
So, I reckon that's us, mate. Is that
That is
episode 40 in the
Sean
can?
Kemp, mate. Sean Kemp.
Kemp, what a player
the
he
Rain
was.
Man.
Part of the famous the program, the West Coast Eagles boys. Were they all on the program?
Oh, what? Sean Kemp.
Kemp. Oh, Sean Kemp.
Sean Kemp, who are you?
I was thinking
You're
of-
thinking Daniel Kerr.
No, I was thinking of... Wasn't there a Kemp that played for West
There's
Coast?
no Kemp.
Kemp.
Kent. Dean Kent? No.
No, Dean
Kemp.
Kemp.
Oh, yeah. Dean Kemp. Dean Kemp, yeah. So
Jesus.
Number
That's,
two. Number two.
Was he? No, well, he would have
Blonde
been a
hair,
huge
Dean
quincy if he was
But
40.
I don't think he was as big as the other boys.
No, but one in all in.
Oh, well, yeah, but
Let's
obviously
accuse
he
them all.
was only getting little bits.
Yeah,
They
so
were
I'll
massive.
say Kemp was for Sean Kemp for
There's a man.
Seattle Supersonics. Yeah,
He's my favourite.
How many kids has he got?
Oh, he's got 9 to about
9,
8 different women or something.
Didn't mind. What was the saying? Sowing his seed.
Sowing his seed.
Sowing his
Spreading
seed.
his seed.
Sowing his
Spreading
seed.
his load.
Dropping his load.
Dropping his load.
Dumping his load.
Dumping his load.
I don't know. That's episode.
That's
episode 40.
40. So,
In the bag.
once again, get on the Instagram, get on the YouTube. This will go up. Check it out. We're on the casting couch again. Hit us up at reallygoodbanter@gmail.com. Hit us up on Instagram. Just we'll keep posting there, and we'll chat to you next week. I'll be in Darwin next week. I'll be in Darwin. Darwin. Yes, Darwin. Thank you. But that's episode 40 of Good Banter.
Good banter.